Hi, welcome to the Lone Star Dowsers. I'm Mary Lindsay Wilson, and we are happy you're here. This is September 2025 meeting, and we have a treat for you tonight. You get a whole little mini workshop. But let me go through our announcements, and then I'll introduce our presenter. Let's see. Dowsers, we have a lot of opportunities for you to contribute and practice your dowsing and help our planet. There is a every let's see. I think it's every Thursday. We have every Tuesday we have aid and relief from fires, drought, heat waves, and floods. Our friends in Tucson, the Tucson Dowsers, all meet on Zoom at 8 o'clock every Tuesday. So you can join and invite the nature spirits to help ease the weather. And it's short and sweet. So, yeah, please consider contributing and joining in on that. Your energy is always welcome. And on Thursday nights on Zoom at 8 o'clock Central, we have our friends in Australia, Dows for the Planet. So you can amp up your dowsing and help the planet on Thursday nights. And that is also included in our newsletter and our recordings. So you're welcome to do that.
Mary, can I
Yes.
just make a correction right now while we're on daylight savings time? The Tucson Dowsers on Tuesday, as well as the Thursday Australian call, are 7 o'clock Pacific time.
Okay, so it's 7 o'clock Pacific time. Thank you.
Right.
Forget about those time zones. And shout out to Emily, our technological goddess who keeps our newsletter and our YouTube channel going. She's at the Aurora Chapel, so thank you for that. Let's see. And if you find these programs valuable, please consider donating. The information is on our newsletter. So I've got a PayPal and Emily's got a Venmo. So we appreciate your donations. It helps keep things running. As you guys know, these are wild and crazy, very intense, energetic times. And so Gandhari is going to talk to us a little bit about that and how that we can balance our energy centers. Dowsers want to help themselves and help others. So that's what our intention is tonight. And let me introduce Gandhari. Let's see, Gandhari Bouligny, if I say that correctly. She is an energy healer, an astrologer. She's a massage therapist. She's got many modalities that she works with. I've known her for quite a while, and she's helped me tremendously. So let me see. There's more about her. She's also a professional astrologer. She offers spiritual and life path readings. She helps to clarify important things that are going on in your life. And there's a lot happening astrologically right now. So it might be a good time to consider having a reading or a progressed reading, if you'd like, just to have better insight into what's going on. She's also a founding member of the Healing Collective. I think we talked about being a massage therapist, and she does deep tissue massage, aromatherapy, reflexology, craniosacral therapy. She's a Reiki master and does obviously energy and chakra healing. So, whoosh, probably more things than I can remember, but welcome, Gandhari.
Thank you so much, Mary. I love it when we team up. Many years ago, before the pandemic, Mary and I would team up and do many readings, and then she would do some color therapy, and we would do that together. So this is sort of a reunion of bringing our energies together to create a beautiful space, and I love it. Yay. Okay, so I am going to just do that. Is that okay, guys? I don't want to leave Mary out, but I just want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want to tell people a little bit about what is happening astrologically, maybe why people feel so there's such an intensity right now, just like a short description of what's happening, because I know it's pretty significant.
It's very significant. Pluto life, death, and transformation and rebirth, is in Aquarius for the long haul for 20 years. And it was going back and forth over the last of Capricorn, and now has moved fully into Aquarius as of 2025. And this time period moving into Aquarius is very synonymous with the French Revolution back in the 1780s, 1778 on. Yes, and we were already embroiled in the American Revolution, which was 7 years long, right? So when we had our Pluto return as a country, which was several years ago, just think that we're in, 3 years of at least a 7-year cycle of intense, tumultuous, revolutionary change, right? So that's just Pluto. We also have Uranus that has moved into Gemini, and it's only at the very first part of Gemini, and Uranus rules our chakra channel. It rules the higher mind inspiration, and so it's been vibrating at the very baby steps of Gemini, which is our day-to-day thinking. So if you're feeling a little ADD or a little bit confused, or you've noticed that you're not sleeping as well at night, that's Uranus churning things up. So there's a lot more that I can go into with a different talk, but the most significant thing for tonight is that we're about to have the equinox. And the sun is about to go from 28, 29 degrees Virgo to 0 Libra. And that is over the weekend and Monday. Okay.
It's also an eclipse.
And we have the new moon eclipse at 29 Virgo, which is the very end of Virgo. It's the masterful goddess energy of the earth, like the Empress in the Tarot. That's 29 Virgo, right? And so from that point, 29 Virgo, the sun goes on Sunday to 0 Libra on Monday, and the whole sky lights up. All of the planets are lit up with this transition going from earth to air, from being able to assimilate and disseminate and integrate to how are my relationships? How am I relating? That, which is why it's so good that we're pairing up tonight, because that's Libra. Libra, Venus rules both Taurus and Libra is about beauty. And what is the name of your company?
Live beautifully.
Live beautifully, right? And so before we get there, before we get to balance and harmony and beauty, which is Libra, we have to dig into what has been holding us back from balance and harmony and beauty, right? And look at where we're skipping some steps or where we have left ourselves behind. And so I thought it was a perfect time to do an energy balancing demonstration for everybody, so that we can together come into more harmonious alignment as we get ready for this kind of bumpy transition that's going to be happening. And I won't go into all of it, but just look at the news. It is not a smooth transition into fall.
So tonight we're going to learn what chakras are out of balance and how to balance them, so we can maybe have a little more ease and grace as we move into this next incredible period.
And I like very tactile. I'm a Taurus, and I like to use the senses. So we're going to be looking at crystals. We're going to be looking at aromatherapy. We're going to be looking at feathers. We're going to be looking at sound. We're going to use all of the senses and bring ourselves back into alignment. And I'm sure, let's see, we've got Carol Kern, hi, and Elena Peace, I love the name, and Donna.
We've got more, we can't see them all on
Okay,
screen.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. Can you guys just raise your hand and say, yes, I know the chakras. I'm very familiar with the chakras.
Or if you don't know anything about the chakras, put it in the chat and we'll do a little brief update. But
Well, we're going to be going through each one of the chakras, starting with the root chakra. And the root chakra is very, very important because, and this is in your handout, and we can pull it up. I'll let Mary pull it up for us.
okay, we're gonna share screen here and just look. Okay, we're doing the root chakra. There we go.
Okay, so I'm going to be reading from the notes because, of course, that's a little hard to read on the screen, but you will have all of this, and you can pull it up on your phone and magnify it, which is what I do. So the root chakra is our base. It's where the spine sits between the sits bones, right? The bottom of the spine, and that's where the Kundalini energy coils. It coils around the root chakra. And when we breathe pranic breath in our yoga classes down to the root of our sits bones, we are breathing life into our root chakra. The Sanskrit name of the root chakra is Muladhara. It's also called the base chakra, and it's located at the perineum between the genitals and the anus at the base of the spine. The color here is red, and you can think of a deep red, like an earth red, because the element is earth. It's how we feel balanced, secure on our foundation. And it rules the adrenal glands, okay, but also the base energies like the large intestine and the colon, okay, is very much root chakra. So if we're having any issues with not being able to digest our food and we're having trouble with that, that is one of the areas that we can look at is the root chakra and how we can balance that energy.
Can I just jump in for a second? Like a lot of people have been in survival mode for a long time, you know, post pandemic and just all the kind of crazy stuff that's been going on. So, so this root chakra balancing will help that. When your adrenals get so overworked that they get out of balance. So balancing the root chakra will aid in that.
Absolutely. So it's the physical plane, basically. So if we're not feeling safe, that's a buzzword. Okay. Do I feel safe in my physical body? Do I feel safe in my physical environment? If we're not feeling safe in our physical environment, there's something going on with the root chakra that can be looked at. So of course, everyone is a dowser, right? And so one of the things I can do is, and I'm just try and demonstrate here. You can put your hand between the belly button and your pelvic area, okay? And then you can use your pendulum and you can do this with me and just douse and say, okay, am I grounded? I'm getting a yes. Mary, what are you getting?
I'm getting yes.
Okay. Is my root chakra open? I'm getting a yes.
I'm getting a yes also.
Okay, but also that's a general yes. Okay. Now, Mary, there's a more specific way you can say, is it open 100%, 50%? Show them how to do that.
So I just have a shortcut. I use the side of my hand. So my wrist is 0 and my pinky is 100. So I'll say, what percentage is my root chakra open? And so it's showing me what I would consider about 65% because it's kind of like midline on my hand.
Okay. So there are things that we can do to correct that. And I'm not going to go into all of the qualities of the root chakra because it would take us too long. but we're just going to demonstrate how to get to where it is that it's blocked and how to open it up.
So I would invite everybody that's watching to dowse to see if their root chakra is open and what percentage it is. So
And
you have a
if you have the sheet that has the fan, you can also use that sheet that has the fan on it that shows the percentages. But you can also just use your hand like she showed you.
Or you can also kind of just dowse, is it between 10 and 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, then 65, 68. You can ask numbers that way.
Right. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to pull out my crystals, right? This is earth. Crystals are of the earth. So if I wasn't grounded at all, I would pick up a hematite. So I'm just going to try. Well, where's the camera? Oh, there you are. Yeah. Hematite.
It's kind of a black, shiny looking,
gray, shiny rock, right? It is metal, okay, of the earth. And so we'll have Mary hold the hematite here. Okay.
Okay, I'm holding that at my root chakra.
Okay. Now,
We're not going to put the camera there.
now, I'm going to ask you, do you find joy in being present on the planet?
Yes.
Okay. Is that 100%?
Let's see. No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm about 70%.
Okay. So we're going to pull up. This is a garnet. Garnet is that dark red stone that is about loving. It's about loving yourself. Okay. Garnet being rooted in loving yourself. So I'm going to have Mary hold the garnet and just say, yes, I want to have more joy. Now, does that change the?
Okay, so the question is, what percentage do I feel joy being on the planet at this time? Yeah, that actually brought it up to 100%.
Okay, now if that wasn't the case, let's say it was 90%, then we would go with aromatherapy. And what I have here is sandalwood. Sandalwood is a wonderful earthy oil. So we're going to put some sandalwood on this part of her hand. Okay?
At the base of the wrist.
At the base of the wrist. There you go.
Okay. Should I rub both my wrists together?
Yes, rub both your wrists together.
Okay. And if you don't have sandalwood handy, you can intend.
That's right. Smell. Woo! Now see, without holding the garnet,
See what percentage this time. Wow, brought that up to more than 100.
more than 100%. Woohoo! Okay, now just
150%.
awesome.
Amazing.
Isn't that great? Okay, so now to lock this in, we are going to tone because we're going to use our voice to really bring it in vibrationally. Okay.
So we've done some crystals, which I guess are the earth element. We've done scent,
which is also of the earth, sandalwood.
And then we're going to use our voice.
So basically, the spiritual isn't just about being grounded and being safe. The spiritual aspect of the root chakra is being of service on the planet. Okay, so we're going to intend that we are grounded, we are safe, we feel joyful in being here. And as being joyful and grounded and safe on the planet, then I can be of service. Okay. The Sanskrit sound that goes with the root chakra is lam, L-A-M. So I'm going to turn on my little sound machine here and is everybody muted?
They are muted, but y'all can do the lam sound yourself.
Yeah, do the lam sound yourself, and Mary and I will do this as well.
There we go. La, la. La.
Okay.
Okay, let's just check. Do I need to check and see
How you are now?
Okay, wow, that's yeah, it's kind of off the charts. Open.
So with these different tools, you can really up your vibration. So now that we're nice and grounded, let me just check myself. I've got my lovely little chakra pendulum here. Whoops. There we go. Oh, there we go. See? Chakra pendulum. There we go. So I'm gonna check myself. Is Gandhari grounded? Like, way yes. And let me tell you, it's taken a lifetime. I'm 66. It's taken a lifetime to get to yes. And way yes is like, woo! Okay. All right. And so we're now going to go to the last thing that I want to do that's important for us to do is if you're feeling shaky, let's say that something came across your news feed or somebody entered your space and stepped on your boundary. Okay.
Or you had something that really created a strong emotion, right?
A strong emotion, or we're in an
an
earthquake.
upset.
Yeah. Right. Then you want to also do, I love Mary's mirror in her bathroom is full of affirmations that she's written on there. So you also just want to say an affirmation like, I belong wherever I am.
I belong wherever I am.
I choose life.
I choose life.
I accept myself as I am.
I accept myself as I am.
I love life.
I love life.
Okay.
Did you all notice a difference in your root chakra? You can put it in the chat if you like.
Now, we're going to talk about something that Mary is very good at, and that is creativity, because that is the second chakra. The second chakra is the sacral chakra. And the sacral chakra's Sanskrit name.
Is this what sacral is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sacral chakra's Sanskrit name is Svadhisthana. You don't have to say that, but that's what it is. Svadhisthana. And Svadhisthana, going to my other notes, actually means sweetness. It means sweetness. And the quality is water. And the color is orange. So you can think of, biting into a juicy orange, which is lovely. Or you can pull out your orange aromatherapy. But before we do that, the root chakra is about feeling like you can create the life you want.
The sacral chakra.
The sacral chakra. That's correct. And so if you're having lower back pain, if you're having a sciatica, if you're feeling any guilt or blame, it can impede the sacral chakra. It can impede our ability to be able to create the life we want.
Oh, I'm looking at this and it says, are you out of touch with pleasure?
Are you out of touch? Yeah,
a lot of people deny themselves pleasure.
Yes, because joy comes from allowing ourselves to have pleasure. So let's do a little test and see how we're doing with feeling pleasure.
And this is right above the root chakra.
It
Below
is-
the
it is
navel.
Below the. If your thumb is on the navel, your hand is on the navel.
Okay. So are we asking if it's open? Okay. Do we want to ask what percentage it's open?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's check, everybody. I'm pretty open.
Well, of course, because she creates the life of beauty, right? So, but what percentage?
100%.
Okay, well, I am not.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like I'm kind of like at 50%.
Okay.
So what am I going to do about that? I am going to pull out my carnelian, which is this beautiful orange, orange stone. See that? Carnelian. It brings joy. And if you have pillows that have orange, or you have a shirt that is orange, or I don't know if people wear orange pants anymore, but you could have orange socks. You could have something orange on.
Beautiful scarf.
A beautiful scarf, absolutely. So I'm going to pull out the carnelian and see if that changes just by the carnelian. So here we go. I'm looking. That's a better percentage. I'm actually doing this backward because I'm left-handed.
Okay. Well, I can test for you.
Okay.
All right. Well, hold on. Yeah, that increased it a little bit. I'd say probably 65, 70%.
Okay. So now we're going to pull out the orange aromatherapy. Okay. Which I love. Here we go. Give you some orange. And what would be really good is to put the aromatherapy on your belly, on right below your belly button. Just put it right on your tummy. Okay, which is what I'm doing because I have a shirt on. And just smell. Okay, now I'm going to put the carnelian on.
Let me see what.
And I'm going to hold my hands like cupped, like I am allowing life to fill me up.
Okay, I'm going to say you're at 90%.
Awesome.
Maybe that was a big improvement.
Okay, now we've done the aromatherapy, we've done the carnelian. Now we need to tone. And the
sound.
the sound.
And you can do all of these. You can do any of these. You can do one. I mean, you can improvise. It doesn't have to be this order. Gandhari is just showing us these different tools that can enhance this chakra.
And the other thing that might be part of this, let's do this. I don't know about you, but I have felt a little bit scattered lately. Have you felt scattered sometimes?
A little bit.
Okay. Tiger's eye. You can't see this, but you guys know what a tiger's eye looks like. It's striped. It's a striped brown stone. So I'm going to add tiger's eye to the carnelian for focus
and grounding
and clarity.
Yeah, that took you to 100%.
All right. So now we're going to really bring this in vibrationally by toning VAM, like va 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 boom. Life is just wonderful. Okay.
So is that same sound? Yeah, okay. All right. Va. That really resonated.
That's great. And just let that sink in.
Everyone's gonna be feeling much more creative tonight.
So how now?
Yeah. Yeah, off the chart.
Is everybody testing to see how you're doing? Give me a yes.
Thumbs up or yeah, I'm getting thumbs. Yeah.
Because even if you don't have the aromatherapy in front of you or the crystal in front of you, just intent,
Right.
right?
Use your imagination.
And you can imagine biting into an orange. Okay. So yes, okay.
Smelling fresh squeezed orange juice.
Oh yeah, yummy. Tasting.
Or immersing yourself in an orange room, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so I affirm, I allow pleasure and goodness into my life.
I allow pleasure and goodness into my life.
I open myself to simple healing pleasures.
I open myself to simple healing pleasures.
I deserve to feel peace and joy in my life.
I deserve to feel peace and joy in my life.
I am joyful.
I am joyful.
Bring it on. Yay. Okay. All right. Now, the other thing I didn't talk about yoga postures. Okay. So we're not going to go into all of it, but one of the things you can do, and this kind of leads into the solar plexus, you know, the cat cow in yoga. Okay. Even sitting, you can arch your chest forward and arch your back, and then you can come in. So you breathe out when you come in and you breathe in and blow it out. That activates the breath as well. And it's important to breathe. We don't breathe enough.
So that's a centering breath and just gentle thing you can do while you're sitting at your desk.
Yeah, if you're feeling like you're
in your car,
you're feeling a little stressed, you could do it while you're here. Well, I would say sitting at your desk, if you're kind of slumped and you're feeling like you're losing vitality in the afternoon, you can do a little arching, right? Do that. Right? Now, that is starting to activate our solar plexus chakra, the third chakra. And the solar plexus chakra, the name of the solar plexus chakra is Manipura. Manipura. And it means filled with jewels.
Do you want to tell people where the solar plexus, if you don't know?
It is right by our diaphragm. It's right at the bottom of the ribs, between the belly button and the bottom of the ribs, right here. That's our diaphragm.
A lot of people know that as your emotional center.
There are certain emotions with every single chakra. Okay. And so the emotions that you want to feel confident. It's about feeling confident and feeling vital and feeling like you've got all of the energy you need, because the solar plexus chakra is the sun shining in our bodies.
Okay, well, let's do a quick test and see what percentage
So how
your solar plexus is open. I have room for improvement on that.
Where is
It
yours?
looks like I'm about 40%.
And I'm pretty open, but let's do Mary. Okay, so you're about 40%. So have you been feeling tired lately? Have you been feeling fatigued?
A little bit, but there's a lot of big change happening in my life, and I'm very aware that I'm having to do things very differently, but sometimes it seems a little uncertain on the path forward.
Okay.
So,
Do you feel any anxiety or nervousness about this?
yeah, I mean, comes in waves. Yes.
Okay. So an aromatherapy oil that's really good for calming the nerves is lemongrass. People who have shingles if you get lemongrass balm and lemongrass tea, I had a client who went to a metaphysical bookstore and got lemongrass balm and lemongrass tea because that's what they recommended. It cut her symptoms in half. She healed in half the time. So lemongrass is excellent for the nervous system. So we're going to put a little lemongrass.
I was
Right.
kind of smiling because I was thinking, well, if you don't have lemongrass oil, you can
use
you
lemon.
can well you can keep a Thai place or something and get some. There's a
Yeah.
places out here that's lemongrass. I don't know. Thai
So I
people.
want you to rub your hands together. Rub your hands together. We are building the chi. And then I want you to put that right on your diaphragm. And just breathe that in. One more time. Now test to see how you're doing with your soul. And I want you to have one hand, well, here, I'm going to have one hand on your solar plexus.
Okay, so that's about 70%. So we improved.
Okay, 70%. All right. Now, the one stone that will never have any negativity, it will never get negative, no matter what situation it's in, what room it's in, what emotions you've been going through, is carnelian. Carnelian. I'm sorry,
Amber.
that's incorrect. We just did carnelian, which was the orange stone.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. This is citrine. It's citrine. It's the one stone that will never hold negativity. This is a beautiful, bright stone that brings back your vitality. Okay, so now chest, you've got that going on. You've got the lemongrass and the citrine.
Yeah, brought that up to more than 100%.
Okay, see how powerful the earth gives us gifts every day, right? Okay, now, juniper is also another essence. And aside from citrine, you can use topaz and you can use amber. Amber, for me, brings back the wisdom of lifetimes of knowledge of how to be confident in your own being. Right? And I imagine you have amber jewelry.
I do.
Okay, yeah. So you can wear some more amber, right? So now you've got the citrine and now you've got amber in your mind. And the soul lesson on a spiritual level is human and divine love, right? If I am confident in my being, then I'm able to radiate human and divine love and just be in, because this is the midway, okay? The solar plexus is the midway between the lower chakras and the upper chakras. So a lot of times if somebody, I've worked on people for years who've had chronic fatigue, their solar plexus is disconnected. There's no connection between the lower and the upper part of the body. So reconnecting somebody with the solar plexus is really powerful. Now,
We all could use a little more human and divine love.
absolutely.
Expressing that, yeah.
But also just feeling powerful because it's our power center, right? So one of the breaths that you can use is the breath of fire. We don't have to do that because, we'll be spitting all over each other, but the breath of fire, right? Really use your diaphragm as a billows to stoke that fire. And if you get cold in a room, you can stoke your fire through activating that solar plexus with a rapid breath and just breathing in really strongly and breathing out really strongly. The other way, if you're feeling like, oh my God, I really can't do this presentation, I just don't feel like I have it together. What is called the lion's roar in yoga? Yeah, right. You just like, yeah, I can do this.
I've also heard about standing in the Wonder Woman,
And I've done that. I've told people, put on your Wonder Woman belt. right?
Mhm.
Wear a belt with a big buckle. And of course, the sound that goes along with this is Ram, which is a very strong name of God, right? So we're going to put our hands on our solar plexus, and we're going to chant Ram. And just feel that vibration and take a nice deep breath. How are you feeling, Mary?
I was gonna say, we're gonna be having an appointment tomorrow. We're gonna be totally psyched for that. So yeah.
We're doing really well on time. Do we want to get any feedback from anybody? How are they feeling right now before we go into the upper chakras?
Yeah, does anybody have any questions or experiencing anything that you'd like to share? You can raise your hand or wave at me. I'll try to unmute you. I'm thinking everybody must be doing pretty good. So, okay. I don't know if you were gonna do this, but it was something that I was thinking about that. So if somebody didn't have any of these tools, they can just use their pendulum to clear a chakra.
Yes, absolutely. So when I'm in a chakra balancing session, I will first of all test the chakra, right? I'll test the chakra to see if it's open and how open it is.
So you would put your pendulum in front of that particular place on the body.
Right. And then I would put my hand, not actually, when we put our hands on a chakra, it actually influences the chakra.
Right.
So I do it with the pendulum first.
Right. So your first question is asking, is this chakra open?
Is this chakra open? Right.
Yeah. And then I guess you can do, to what percentage
Is
it open?
And of course, if it is not, for me, the pendulum goes counterclockwise.
Okay.
Or that's like really closed. Or sometimes it just swings back and forth without moving.
Mhm.
It doesn't go circular at all.
Okay.
That's a chakra that wants to be open but isn't.
Okay.
Right?
And what's a simple, so that say their chakra is not open or it's partially closed, how do you recommend with your pendulum to open that chakra?
Well, okay. So first of all, I would do some active visualizations. First of all, I'd put my hand on the chakra, okay? And I'd breathe into the chakra, right? And I would really visualize the color that activates the chakra, engaging your senses, and then affirm, like, I stand in my power easily, right? And then what I would do is have the pendulum really work that pendulum so that it's going really strongly. Now, if someone has been through trauma,
Right.
what I do,
pretty much everybody.
and this work has brought up the memory of that trauma, I would remove the negative memory. So I would go counterclockwise with my pendulum to remove anything blocking my chakra.
Okay.
And then I
So
would wait.
that's a down and dirty, quick and easy. You're out in the field, you've got something going on and you need a quick fix. This is it.
Right. So I'm waiting for the pendulum to stop swinging. Okay, I'm waiting until it's just like, okay. Okay. Negativity gone. Okay, now I'm going to affirm that I am standing in my power. I am a confident woman.
And that your chakra is open and spinning at the optimal level.
Yes, I am in my full vitality because I'm still thinking with solar plexus chakra. Okay. And then I just wait until that pendulum is swinging full force. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I breathe. I don't let the pendulum do all the work. You've got to engage the body.
Okay.
Okay. And smiling is part of that engagement. Smiling and breathing.
So if you have these tools, they're wonderful, but if you just have your pendulum, it's all about intention.
It's all about intention, absolutely. And working with the energy so that the energy is flowing again, because when it's blocked, the energy has stopped. It's like having a dam, right? We want to open up the dam.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Is everybody ready for the heart chakra? Yeah, there we are. Okay. So the heart chakra's Sanskrit name is Anahata. And Anahata means pure and unbroken. Isn't that lovely for the heart? Pure and unbroken. And of course, we have had, and the color for the physical heart is green. For the higher heart is pink.
You want to tell people what the higher heart means?
So basically, the physical heart itself is more of a green color. That's bringing healing to the physical heart, the physical body, the physical heart chakra, which of course is right here. It's right where your heart is, and the center of your back as well, between your shoulder blades. Okay, so the other thing that you can do if you're feeling like your heart needs support is to hold one hand on your chest and the other hand with the back of your hand. You can just support your heart, right? And that's very important to do. We're supporting ourselves in feeling loved. I am loved, I am loving. Any of those affirmations are good. And the gland that goes with the heart is the thymus. Okay, so a lot of times, yeah, tapping the thymus if you're feeling down.
I think it also helps with aging and anti-aging to
Aging,
have your thymus.
anti-aging, absolutely.
Want to keep that youthful appearance, get that thymus function.
Well, the other thing that you can do, I'm going to move my beautiful crystal here out of the way, is you can do Tarzan, right? You can really work that breastbone. See what I'm doing, guys? I'm really working that breastbone. Okay. And you can also just kind of go out here because this also corresponds to the lungs. If we're not breathing in, we're not taking in the love of life, right? So that's also a very important thing. So before we do any further evaluation of our heart, let's take a look and see how open the heart is, Mary.
Okay.
How open is your heart?
Well, after all that thumping, now it's open, and all the sound, the toning, and the scents and the crystals. Well, mine's pretty open.
Okay. All right.
Does anybody that's with us tonight have maybe their heart is not open? Is anybody less than 40%?
Or you have circulation issues? repressed heartache or grief that's come up recently. I mean, a lot of us have lost people or pets in recent history.
Sure. If you want to, we can work on you. If you would like some extra support, I'm not seeing anybody.
Does anybody want to volunteer to be worked on for their heart?
I guess not. I guess we'll just keep going.
Okay. Okay, so
How's your heart? Shall we check?
Yeah,
your,
my heart.
Yeah, your heart's 100%.
well, let's just, okay, so I'm gonna do this. I'm
Okay.
gonna bring up the memory of losing my last kitty,
Okay.
Ellie. Okay, she was my mama kitty. She was the glue that kept my clan together. It was her job to take care of all of us. She was a little black furry kitty whose life was all about taking care of us. And she was wonderful. And I lost her last fall, and it was very sad. It was very sad to lose Ellie. So now that I bring up that memory, how's my heart?
Got you at 90%.
Okay, so it brought my vibration down a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out a rose quartz. I love rose quartz. Rose quartz is just a wonderful stone for bringing in unconditional love. Pets and children, pink. Also, if there's anybody in your environment who's angry or upset, pink. You send green light for healing and pink light for unconditional love.
You know, just an aside, there was a study that somewhere in the South, they painted a jail, the inside of a jail, prison, pink, and it reduced anger and lowered, I mean, it just reduced the inmates got along with each other. I mean,
Yeah.
they did a complete study on it, and it totally created peace and calm
Oh,
within that.
wonderful. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, here we are. So the stone would be, here's a nice rough quartz crystal. So I have crystals in my window, on my windowsill.
Mhm.
So you can have the sun shining on these crystals to bring that quality into a room, right? You can also have, you know, what we call smooth stones or worry stones, right? And you can polished stones, and you can put them in a nice pouch, and you can carry them with you. And so you can always carry a rose quartz. As a matter of fact, a lot of times I put a rose quartz in my pocket.
I think Native American calls this little medicine bags. They have particular stones and crystals that they carry on their person. That's personal medicine. Yeah.
Okay, so now that I'm holding my rose quartz and I'm thinking about Ellie being across the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, you're at 100.
At 100%, but I want to be a little bit more than 100%.
Okay.
I want to be feeling love that then radiates out to the planet.
Human and divine. Just,
Human and divine. So what I'm going to do now is bring in a beautiful oil that is rose geranium. Rose, of course, is a heart. I think we all know that rose is like the highest vibration of flowers, right? Geranium brings joy. Like if you're feeling like you need an uplift and you're feeling like your heart needs a little bit of healing because you're just feeling kind of blah, geranium will bring in that rich feeling of yes, this is healing. I'm doing better. And then when you put rose and geranium together, boy, that's really powerful. So let's do a little rose geranium in the center of our palm. Don't need a lot because it's very strong. We're going to rub our hands together.
Smelling really good tonight.
You're smelling so good. And then we're going to put left hand on the heart and right hand over the heart. Okay. And we're going to affirm. Just a second. So I pull up the right one.
You got the heart.
Yeah. But I'm looking for particular sheets. Here we are. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Thank you. So left hand, right hand over left hand. Okay. And we're bringing in the feeling of being loved and lovable, being a vehicle of love on the planet. And the sound that goes with this is yum, like yummy. Okay. So we're going to tone yum. Yum. Yum.
Yum.
And I like to envision a beautiful white rose with the petals opening, with pink on the edges of the petals, and it's just opening into that heart chakra, right? So we can envision that now. Do your little test to see how we're doing.
Full bloom.
So we are in full bloom divine love.
Can't wait to hear what everyone's dreaming tonight.
Definitely. That's just awesome, right?
Yeah.
So now we're going to affirm, okay? I love to be loved.
Ooh, I love to be loved.
I am love.
I am love.
Love is at the center of my life.
Love is at the center of my life.
Love restores my faith in life.
Love restores my faith in life.
I am love.
I am.
I
I love myself.
love myself. I love that. Okay. So the quality that we didn't talk about is air. Okay. So once again, breathing into the heart is really important. And we forget that we have the back of the heart. We forget about our backs. And almost every day I work on people's backs. And a lot of times it feels like there's armor in those muscles, between the shoulder blades. It's like there's a shield that's planted on the back.
Protective. Yeah.
Protective shield. And when we breathe into the heart and we affirm that I am love, I am lovable, I love myself, I love life, right? We're opening ourselves to that experience in life. And there was a reel that I put out on the internet because, there has been so much divisive stuff on the internet, and I have a very active Facebook page. So there was this wonderful reel of this woman in the subway in New York, I would imagine, because it's the subway. And she tapped on the window from the outside of the train, and the person looked at her and she blew them a kiss. And then a lot of them blew kisses right back at her. And so the whole reel was about people blowing kisses to each other, strangers.
A little spontaneous sharing of love.
Sharing of love. And I have to share this. Because truthfully, isn't that in my life, that is my intention, to live and be a vehicle of love on the planet, right? And so when we have that intention, 9 times out of 10, our lives are much more harmonious. and people walk into the room, and even if they were thinking negative thoughts before they walked into the room, when they walk into the room, it's like, oh, wow, I feel good in here, right? Yeah. So where we are vibrationally brings in the same reflection in our lives, and it also uplifts others who are having more of a difficult time, right? So that's the point. Be uplifters on the planet. Okay. Throat. And the throat chakra.
Let me find the throat. Here we go.
Okay. The throat chakra. The Sanskrit name of the throat chakra is Vishuddha. And it's the fifth chakra. It is at the front of the base of the neck, at the hollow of the collarbone. And the color is light blue. Okay. And so one of the stones that she has on is turquoise, which is perfect. Turquoise is the beautiful stone for the throat chakra. And this is also, I think, a blue tourmaline. Blue tourmaline. So if you're feeling,
almost looks like celestite.
yeah, if you're feeling like you're having a hard time finding your words, it's really good to have turquoise or blue tourmaline, but it also, you're affirming, I am clear in my thinking, right? In order to be able to express what I'm thinking, I have to feel clarity, right? So how are you doing with expressing?
Okay, so when I ask the question, I am clear in my thinking, I'm going to make that no. Yeah, let's see.
And how are you with expressing what you're thinking, even if you're not clear?
I edit all the time, my expression.
Okay.
So, yes, diplomacy, tact, whatever you want to call it, or holding back editing. So a little bit of all of the above.
Okay, so what percentage is your throat chakra open or not open?
It's open, but it was
When
the
you say, when I'm clear in my thinking, where does it take
when
it?
I'm clear in my thinking, open. Yeah, so that's about 50%.
Okay, so about 50%. So the first thing we're going to do.
So why do I think the thinking has to do with the third eye?
That's beliefs. That's different.
Okay.
That's spiritual beliefs.
So clear in your thinking and I guess ease of expression.
And ease of expression, yes. Ease of expression. Okay. So the scent that I love to use is eucalyptus. Okay. But also, actually, this is a great uplift, and I learned about this when we were in the pandemic. Okay, eucalyptus, yes, is wonderful for helping the lungs, absolutely, right? To be able to express ourselves, our lungs have to be open. But if you add peppermint to the eucalyptus, it opens up the nasal passages like nobody's business, and it also brightens your brain. So let's just do a dab.
I'm just gonna smell it. I'm gonna
Okay.
be smelling.
Okay, so right now I'm just gonna put a little bit of eucalyptus on my palm. Okay. And I'm gonna, okay. And a little bit of peppermint. Okay. Now, if you're having any asthmatic symptoms, take eucalyptus with a drop of peppermint and then cup over your nose. Okay, now the other thing that you can do is you can go like this through your brain with your hands, right? I want to clear the cobwebs. I'm clearing the cobwebs. Okay. Okay, now check. How clear am I in my thinking?
Okay. Okay, that was an improvement. So we're probably at 90%. Ah. Okay, so when we add the tourmaline or the celestite, it went to more than 100%.
And then if we
And
put
then if we add the
turquoise,
turquoise, yeah, it's like 200%.
200%. Okay. Okay. So the neck vertebra, the mouth, the teeth, the gums, the shoulders, the hands, right? So one of the things that we want to do is put the hand in front of the throat chakra, but not like holding it, because that of course closes us down, right? So we want to put both of our hands like this in front of our throat chakra, okay? And to be able to speak and receive and listen, right? To speak and receive the truth and listen to others for their truth without imposing our truth onto others. We stand in our truth and we speak our truth easily, and we allow others to express their truth. Okay.
So having this open also helps your teeth, you said?
Yes, it helps the mouth, it helps the teeth. All of that is part of the throat chakra.
Wow.
Okay.
Have to do a dentist office for these colors.
Exactly. That would be a really wonderful.
Pump in a little eucalyptus and peppermint.
That's right. Okay, so we're putting our hands over our throat chakras. Okay. And we want to express divine will. I am allowing divine will to be, I am an expression of divine will. And since this is ethers, it's not just air as we get into the throat chakra. As we go higher, it's more etheric. Okay. And so the sound is hum, H-U-M. So we're going to hum, and then I want you to hold the M. And because part of singing, I sing in a choir, is when you hum, you're opening up the back of your throat. Okay, you can feel the vibration in your brain. Okay, so did I lose it? Did I lose my little thing? Oops, there it is. Let yourself sigh. That sigh helps us just feel more at ease in our thinking. So check your I am clear in my thinking and express myself easily.
Yes.
Is that 100% yes?
That's a big yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I affirm, I speak my truth.
I speak my truth.
I share my feelings with ease and comfort.
Share my feelings with ease and comfort.
I express myself as creatively as possible.
Express myself as creatively as possible.
And most importantly, I listen to my inner truth.
Listen to my inner truth. I like to say I articulate my ideas with ease.
I love that. I articulate my ideas with ease.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay, so now we're ready to to get out there in the world and express divine love with beautiful words and expressive joy.
Yes.
Brow chakra.
I don't see that. I
No.
don't remember that.
Oh,
I think it's not there.
it's not. Okay, so that's okay. I can lead you into the brow chakra. Okay, well, we all know about the third eye, right? And
Let's see. Let's check and see.
first of all, the color is indigo or
Yes.
purple, right? It's the color of universal healing. And it represents a cool, clear level of consciousness. Okay. And it's all about our belief systems. How do I believe I am connected to divine source? Right. So that's very important to know. How do I believe I'm connected to divine source? Is that something that I know, or is it something that I have difficulty with? Do I feel that connection with divine? So let's ask.
That was a lot of things to ask.
Do I feel connected to source?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what percentage that would be. Okay, so that's about 80%.
And this chakra teaches us to make optimal choices based on our highest good and greatest joy. So when we're affirming the most benevolent outcome, we're using our divine will through the third eye. And all of our intention and our visualization comes from here. Okay. So how many people, you can raise your hand, meditate on a regular basis? And regular can be whatever that means for you, right? Like I always wake up and do a meditation in the morning before I even get out of bed, right? To try and start my day. And if I don't do that, then the day doesn't go as well as I would like it to.
Yeah, meditation can take a lot of forms.
So the brow chakra is called the Ajna chakra. And the element is light. And the affirmation is, I see. And the gland is the pineal gland. Okay. So that the pineal and the pituitary gland are the master glands of the body. So we really want the glands to work really well, and it rules the brain and the nervous system and the eyes and ears and the nose. So the higher part of the face goes with the brow chakra. And when we are using our brow chakra successfully to visualize, a world where everyone belongs, including ourselves, then we can use detachment well. And we also are guided by our intuition.
And discernment.
Absolutely, discernment. So how are you doing with the brow chakra? How are you doing with, what would your question be, Mary?
I guess my brow chakra is open. That's a yes. That was a lot of.
Okay, so
What would we ask?
am I guided by my intuition?
I don't think I'd ask it quite like that.
How would you ask it?
Yeah, am I clearly receiving my intuition?
My intuitive guidance.
Yeah, am I clearly receiving
my intuitive guidance?
That's a yes.
I get a yes on that. But if you're feeling like, for instance, sometimes with things that are happening in the world, you just kind of want to swear at God and go, what is going on here? What up, God? Right? So,
it also, so this says when it's out of harmony, that we do not trust.
We do not trust that we are held and supported by the divine.
Yeah. And that there might
Okay.
be a lot of fear in regards to your inner wisdom.
So you
So
feel supported by the divine.
that's a good question. That's a no, Bob.
Okay, so we got
There's
to
the
it.
question. Yeah.
So it's really great to journal, you know, and to write down questions like, do I feel supported by God or by the divine?
Well, in this, we had a conversation kind of before we got started that, you know, there can be trapped emotions, there can be beliefs. We talked about this, the chakra about beliefs. So, you know, there may be, this is a good indication that there may be beliefs that I would want to look at connected to this particular chakra.
So is there a particular belief like I am not always supported by divine?
I think that I'll just say growing up, there was a lot of distortion about God, the divine, uh, you know, was not always benevolent.
Okay. Okay, so one of the things that you can have on your table, on your window, is this beautiful geode. It is an amethyst geode. See how beautiful that is? Sparkles. Oops, here we go. So I want you to hold the geode.
Okay.
And then I also have the smooth stone amethyst. Okay. So you can put the amethyst right there in your third eye.
Big fancy bendy.
Big fancy bendy. But before you do that, I love this is a Young Living oil. It's called Valor. It is a blend that is absolutely it is divine. It's a divine blend. And I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to put just a little dab of it on your third eye. Okay.
Okay.
So you can do an aromatherapy bendy. Sometimes because I belong to a meditation center, sometimes if I'm going to go to work after the meditation, I don't have the red bendy on. I will put a little aromatherapy bendy on me, right? Of my favorite scent. So let's go ahead and breathe in that beautiful, and you can think of Nag Champa, frankincense, any of the higher vibrational scents, and then just breathe that in. And then take the amethyst and put it on your third eye. Okay. And of course, the sound that goes along with the third eye is Om.
Okay.
Om. So let us Om our to open up the connection with the divine and to know that we are supported by that connection. And draw out the when you hum like that, you can feel it. Couldn't you feel it all through your brain? You can feel it behind your eyes, right? So humming, you know, thinking of a flame, like I like to think of a blue flame in my third eye sometimes when I'm meditating you can focus on a candle flame for sure, but you can also just focus on a blue flame in the center of your head, right? And you can have your eyes closed, but up a little bit so that you are looking at your third eye. And that also activates the pineal gland and is a great uplift, right? So when you're looking up, you're actually uplifting. We're uplifting ourselves. So now, how is your connection? How do you feel? Do you feel supported by divine?
That's a yes.
Yay!
Okay.
All right.
All right. Worth the price of admission.
Woohoo! Okay, so now we will talk about the crown chakra, which is the Sahasrara. And I think a lot of people have probably heard the word Sahasrara, which means the 1,000-petaled lotus. And so going on a yoga retreat, going on a meditation retreat, we want to get into that place of knowing, which is beyond the brain. It's beyond the mind. And activating the pituitary, which is the master gland, okay, which sends signals to all the other glandular parts of the body. We need that pituitary to work really well. And the affirmation is, I know, I am that I am.
And the crown is obviously the crown of your head.
Crown of your head. And to experience the divine meaning of life and to feel supported in that divine meaning. So amethyst and clear quartz, and also what I like to use.
Looks like sodalite or lapis.
It's lapis lazuli. That is a wonderful stone to put on your head. So we're going to put some lapis. And
why did I think that the crown chakra was violet?
It's actually the 1,000-petal lotus is actually a white gold. The violet comes from the third eye, and when that opens, then you open into this divine realm of sort of the mystical realm that is more of a white gold. And of course the scent that you want to use is frankincense, right?
Yes, we know frankincense also is good for healing, and it's good to ward off is Sandy Mac was saying hitchhikers or unwanted energy.
Frankincense, oh, it's such a divine scent. It also helps arthritis. It reduces inflammation in the joints. So if you're having low back pain or you're having neck pain or you're I would use a little bit of peppermint if I'm having a headache. You can do peppermint and a little bit of frankincense to help headaches. And you can just kind of sweep it along the side, because a lot of times we have, ocular headaches, and you can just rub that oil and then sweep it back behind the ears, right? And then of course you can also, have you ever used that copper spider on the top of your head? I think Sandy Mac has that. So you can also do that with your hands, and you can just
kind of massage your scalp.
Very gently though. This is not, try that. Just, you don't have to mess your hair. You just very gently, you're clearing the crown chakra.
That's why when you get your hair done, you love the shampoo so much.
That's
because you're
right.
getting kind of that crown chakra massage. Okay, we're all in bliss now.
Well, okay, so you
So what question would someone ask about the crown?
I am one with the divine. Do I feel one with the divine?
That's a yes.
Okay.
Do we always want our crown open? Would there be maybe sometimes we would want to?
That's a very good question. That's more about making sure that the auric field is closed to other people and you're in your own light bubble. So yes, we want to have the divine intuitive knowing that I am of the divine. I am divine light. I'm a light on the planet.
And you can have your protective shield.
And one of the things you can do with that is call in the archangels. My guy is Michael, Archangel Michael. And one of the things that you can do if you want protection, like if you're going into a room of people who may not be of high vibration, and you want to just put yourself in that knowing that I am one with the divine, and wherever I go, I am in complete protection, right? You call in St. Michael's royal blue cloak. And I just ask him to wrap that cloak around my shoulders. And that really helps. The other angel that is really good with that purple light that you were talking about with the upper chakras is Zadkiel. And Zadkiel, I bring in, it's an amethyst purple, but it's tinged with silver and gold. So when I want to transmute negativity about beliefs about not being connected with the divine or not being one with the divine, I will bring in that violet flame that is tinged with silver and gold. So just visualize that. And then let's, is there any doubt in your mind that you are one with God?
No, that was but I'm just noticing, it says some signs that, when the crown chakra is like out of harmony, you might be feeling depressed or alone, or, I know a lot of people have anxiety. A lot of people have anxiety.
Because they feel like they are alone. They feel like they're separate, right?
And
And
I guess the question would be, what level of anxiety am I experiencing?
with feeling separate from source.
Yeah. That would be 0.
Okay. Well, we've already done a lot of work around this.
Yeah.
So you can, that whole bent of getting us to separate from, right, is what's happening now on the planet as we're releasing the old belief systems, so that we're coming into a knowing that we are moving into the higher dimensions on the planet, because Gaia is moving into the higher dimensions. And so as she does move into the higher dimensions, we have to drop the old beliefs that keep us small and limited and not divine.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So for yourself, for a loved one, for a friend, if you notice that they're feeling down, alone, depressed, one of the things I guess you could check for them is how their crown chakra is doing, and are they feeling disconnected from the divine? I guess would be a great question that, if you want to help yourself or help others, that's a good question to ask.
Having a spiritual community, having a connection to a spiritual community, whatever that looks like for you. Mary is actually part of my personal spiritual community. We check in every week to see how we're doing. That feeling of belonging is really important.
It is very important. Yeah. And it can be virtual. It can be online. It can be on the phone. It can be in person.
Yes, absolutely.
So, but we do need community.
And we need that sense of belonging.
Yeah.
And sometimes we just need a hug. Right?
I saw this ancient, I guess, Chinese thing, and it was translated that kind of for like happiness in life, you needed someone to love, somewhere to go, and something to do.
Oh, yes.
You need to be able to work, to give, to do back. You know what I mean? Just like we're not designed to be alone.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Now I have a guided meditation, but for the sake of time, we're going to send that meditation to you so that you can do that guided. It's about 10 minutes,
Are we
right?
finished with our
We're finished with our sharing.
sharing?
Okay. We're going to send that link to you so that once we're done, if you want to do the 10-minute meditation that takes you through chakras, it's a beautiful meditation. But since we are almost out of time, I thought we could do an Om one more time. And as we do our Om, we're going to hold our heart with our left hand and our crown chakra with our right hand. We're going to place our eyes, close our eyes, but we are going to be looking up. And I want you to visualize a beautiful 1,000-petaled lotus filled with divine light, whatever that looks like for you. For me, it's white and gold with kind of a misty, etheric quality to it. So whatever that looks like for you is perfect.
So right hand on the head and what?
Left hand on the heart.
On the heart.
Okay. One more time, we're going to Om and look into that beautiful lotus.
Um,
And let's hold that sound so you feel the vibration all the way through your head.
that resonate. Thank you. I feel like we are very balanced. I hope everybody that tunes in is feeling quite balanced and that you can take some of these practices with you, throughout the day and just check in. And now you know how to do. You can balance with all the senses. You can do it with crystals or stones or your pendulum or smells. Yeah.
And definitely positive affirmations and breath.
Absolutely.
Breathe into it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you all. And let's see.
Does anybody have anything to say?
Yeah. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
How do you feel?
Oh, I got thumbs up. The everybody else may be totally in bliss and blissed out. So yeah. Well, thank you for joining us, and I hope that you guys will take these practices and use them.
And just remember that the eclipse is Sunday, and it's a new moon eclipse, so it's about bringing into full physical manifestation the beautiful abundance of being connected to the earth and to the divine. And then we move into the Libra equinox, which is about balance and harmony on Monday. Yay.
Yay. And did you have a best special for dowsers?
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to come see me to have a personal session with any of the, magical things that I like to do, yes, I'm
That's
offering
massage, energy work, craniosacral, Reiki,
and
or if
astrology.
you live in different places and you want to use her astrology.
But also you can do energy clearing virtually through Zoom. So yes. And so if you want to do any of that, I'm offering through October uh, $20 off a 90-minute session and $15 off an hour session. So you can just contact me. You've got the website information and my email, and I don't know.
White Rose Wellness.
No, it's through the Healing Collective.
Okay, the Healing Collective. All right. And yeah, Gandhari's contact information is it'll be in the replay.
Okay, very good.
So
I'm really glad that we could share tonight.
yeah. Yes, Nancy says, thank you. We can use all these tips as we work with our chakras. I appreciate the handouts. Yeah, so that's great.
Oh, and just so that you know, the handouts came from this wonderful book called Chakra Healing. So, yes, and I'm sure everybody has
And
their.
Gandhari has a more in-depth course for this, but I really appreciate the mini workshop that we did tonight. I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, actually, you guys kind of got what I just offered people at the healing center. So, you know, I'm glad to offer this as a gift. And Mary talked about the emotion code.
Yeah, if people are interested in doing like a beliefs class, I will happily put that on. I mean, I know we've all got different beliefs that are kind of running in the background, and if you want to change, if you want to help recognize what those are and change those beliefs, I'll be happy to help you do that.
And that's really important. Why? Because as we go into 2026, we're going into a whole new paradigm that we have never seen since the dawn of civilization.
Sounds daunting.
For thousands and thousands and thousands of years, we have not seen this alignment in the heavens that's going to be happening at the beginning of 2026. And it's about a whole new chapter of humanity. And in order to get us ready for that, we have to let go of beliefs that no longer serve us. So I think it would be a wonderful gift if Mary could offer a class on that. I would sign up.
All right. Well, I will take that under advisement. Thank you. I will let you guys know. All right. So thanks so much for tuning in. And if you found value in this and you would like to donate, it is always welcome. And thank you and see you next time.